We need to talk about not all men, but always a man. Except for when it's a woman. I'm sorry, Casey Anthony, Sherry Papini, Ghislaine Maxwell. In those cases, there was a woman. Like, at least we're starting to acknowledge the not all men part, I guess. It's just so aggravating that we have yet another slogan that forces all men to wear the mantle and identity of the worst, most depraved minority of them, especially when it doesn't survive the other way around, and I don't even mean the gender swap. What I mean by that is that men also take up the majority of laborers who build infrastructure, the majority of firefighting personnel, and disproportionately work the world's most dangerous jobs. But when a baby is pulled out of a burning building, people don't say, not every man, but always a man. Y'all would hate that and immediately remind us that women are also capable of saving babies from burning buildings, even though statistically the patterns are the same. In fact, did you know that what the data and research actually points to is that it's more like not all men, only 1% of them? Multiple studies since the 60s have told us that only 1% of the population of all men is responsible for over half of all violent crimes. So it's really not true at all that all men are bad or dangerous. It's just that the small amount of bad and dangerous men are doing almost all of the bad and dangerous stuff. But definitely not all of it. We as women can't just shirk all of the blame for all of the bad and dangerous stuff onto men. That's bullcrap. Like, you were almost there. You finally had it. You finally said, not all men. Just leave it at that. Leave it at that. It's good. It's good there. Unless you want me to start all womaning stuff. No, you don't want me to paint women under the same monolithic umbrella? Okay, I thought so.
You know what I find interesting about this conversation is, even when you do talk about the men that built the infrastructure, the firefighters, the police, the military, all the men that do the manly jobs that mostly men do, a lot of times it gets pushed back as far as them saying, well, yeah, it's definitely not all men. You didn't build any infrastructure. You weren't a firefighter. And just to shut them up, I lie and say, no, Miss Bitch, yes, I am. I am a firefighter. And I work in construction, okay? I built the college, I built the hydro plant, and I built a vertical farm on Construction Simulator on PlayStation 5. Who you talking to? And I like that kind of thing. But the whole not all men, but always a man, it's interesting that she said that only a small percentage of us have to wear the mantle and identity of the very small percent of men that do these terrible bad things. And what's crazy about that is that small percent of men that do those bad things, that get shamed, that all men get labeled for, that a lot of women to say, my ex-boyfriend was this, my baby father was this, and all you men are like this because my husband is this way, or my baby father. Those are the men that you chose. Don't be mad at all of us because of your bad choices, Miss Bitch. You got a business, you got a brand, you got music. Nobody knows you exist and you need exposure. DM me or email me right now, bookingcranklucas@gmail.com to get the exposure that you need, and I will share your content on my platform. I got 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I got 450,000 followers on Instagram. I have the audience that you need to get your content in front of. And right now, I'm running a holiday special, so you can get all this exposure for the low. Hit me up right now. I got you.